Brett Waltemath of Star Watch Media here with Ryan Bader. Ryan, your upcoming fight for UFC 132 against Tito Ortiz. This is a fight that a lot of people have said there isn't a lot of gain for you in this fight. Why? What was your interest in taking the fight?
You know, Tito's, I think he's still a huge name. He's very competitive. He's a tough fight in general, you know, and what's a gain for me is fighting a guy like that, first and foremost. I grew up watching Tito. He's a legend of the sport, and I want to fight a guy like that and test myself. And, you know, a lot of people are counting him out. I'm not at all. I think he's a tough fight, and I'm going to be ready for that. And I prepared for the best Tito Ortiz to come out, you know, on Saturday. And, you know, I might not have a lot of gain to as far as like jumping up in the rankings and all that as I would fighting like a top 3, top 5 type of guy. But, you know, a win is a win, and a win over a guy like Tito is definitely, it'll do a lot for you. It'll do a lot for me mentally, and going back out there and just wanting to look better after a loss, and all those things in combination, you know. And Tito's a tough fight, and so going out there and beating him will do a lot for me, actually.
How did your mindset change going into training camp for this fight? For two reasons, both coming off your first loss of your career, as well as facing both not only a legendary fighter, but one that you also greatly admire.
Yeah, the loss more so than anything, you know, gave me that fire to come back in there, reinvent myself, kind of let me in on the fact that I can't get by with just limited tools and using what I've been using in fights. I've had the tools in training, but I haven't, you know, transferred them to the fight yet. And I believe this fight I definitely will. And I've worked a lot on, you know, just different stuff like footwork, technique, all that kind of stuff. Even my takedowns have gotten better because I've set them up better, and timing wise. And every time you go through a training camp, experience plays a factor, and you get better. You streamline stuff, and you get better as a fighter every single session, whether you're getting your butt kicked or not. You know, and so sparring and everything, I've just learned to throw more combinations, tighter punches, more technical. I've used it as fuel for the fire. You know, it sucks to lose. I don't want to ever feel that again, and so I want to go out in there and win on Saturday. And you know, going back to drawing board and just reinventing yourself really is what I'm doing. And I hope, you know, I come out every time better than the last showing in every one of my fights.
You discussed earlier how early on, well, not so much in recent years, we see less of Tito really using his strength, really using his power to really make as many takedown attempts as he usually does. What do you expect to see from him on Saturday? Do you expect for him to come out early and really try to take you down, or do you expect for him to really play more into a stand-up kind of fight?
I believe it's going to be more of a stand-up fight. He's going to come out hard at me, though, the first couple, and he's going to try to sneak some takedowns in. But, you know, he's going to come hard, and definitely first couple minutes for sure, first round for sure. You know, and I'm prepared for that. And do I think his goal is to take me down? I don't, but I'm going to be ready for that, and I've trained for that. You know, I think he is going to try to, you know, kickbox with me. And, you know, that's where I feel that he thinks he has an advantage, you know, and he's good all the way around, you know, he's even good off his back. And so you always got to be careful. And, yeah, so I believe he's going to come out strong, especially in this fight. But we'll see what happens in the later rounds. So.
Does it affect your mindset at all that you're facing a guy that has not won a fight since 2006?
Not at all. He's still dangerous. He's still fighting the top competition, and you know, he can beat anybody in the world at any given fight. And I truly believe that. And I'm not taking it easy at all. As far as like in my training camp, I don't think this is an easy fight. I think it's one of my hardest fights. And the fact that he just hasn't won, that could, you know, he's fighting the top guys, and just a string of losses happens to every fighter. And I think he's dangerous.
Well, it's interesting that you make that argument, because that's one of the main arguments that he has made when a lot of people have been asking for his retirement, and that's been his main defense, that he's been fighting the top guys competitively even though he has been losing. Is that kind of your feelings as well, that, yeah, he is fighting with the best even though his record isn't showing it, he's still competitive?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it pisses me off. People come up to me and are like, "Oh, you're fighting Tito, you don't have to train, you don't have to do anything." I was like, "You kidding me? He's one of the best in the world," you know, and I'm not taking this fight lightly at all. And you know, if he thinks that I am, then he's in it for a rude awakening, because I've been training my ass off, and I feel the best I've ever felt in my career as far as mentally and physically. You know, I just feel better. Experience-wise, probably just being in big fights and coming off a loss, you just have that fire where I was getting by with winning a certain way, in the past, totally changed. So,
Ryan, thank you for the time, and good luck on Saturday. Appreciate it.